Welcome everybody to the Simplyspant 2022 Rewind video. As you've probably noticed by now, this video is very long compared to my other videos, but that's because I've chocked this video full of the best moments from the channel and Twitch channel across the year. This video will start off with some of the best moments from videos made all the way back in February, and we'll finish up with some of the best moments from Twitch this year. And after all that said and done, I'll have a quick message at the end just thanking you and showing off some of the channel stats throughout the year. So without further ado, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Spent a long time working on it, and just know you made this happen. It's clearly meant to be more lighthearted, just like Brahms. It doesn't really amplify his character, but it's not really supposed to. It's a fun skin with bright colors, tropical sounds, and some not so subtle fan service. But coming in third, we've got the release skin itself, Mecha Kingdom Set. And if we want to talk about a skin that amplifies Set's personality the most, well, they put him in a giant mech suit. That's sick. And the best part is, when you ult a target, that target gets to wear a dragon mask before their face, has a nice little meet and greet with the ground. Man, that sounded a lot darker than I wanted it to. And lastly, you could argue it's a level of skill expression as well, because you pretty much throw yourself into the entire enemy team to the point of no return half the time. And that's never been an issue for me. Ever. Nevertheless, it's a perfect ability for those who want to coin flip their solo queue games. Did I write that? No, I didn't write that. Well, I'm not saying you should throw your games. What I'm saying is you should definitely... Alright, next up, we got Set's most infamous ability, and believe it or not, it's not his E. Because, ladies and gentlemen, coming in at our number 2 spot, we got Set's W, Haymaker. You really only have a small window of a couple seconds to choose whether you want to use this ability as a shield, damage, a mix of both, or to save it all together in case you take more damage in a few seconds later. But if he's fed, it does so much damage. Well, what carry doesn't do a lot of damage when they're fed? Oh yeah, I guess that's a good point. Now this is Set's most crucial ability, and it's placed on a skill shot of all things. Now granted, it's pretty hard to miss this skill shot. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gaslighting people into thinking Set's balanced. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I hit stop recording. Ultimately, what I like about this ability so much is that it's basic but skill expressive, and it's also not very frustrating to play against. I mean, I've never heard someone go, dude, Set's E is so busted. It's a 1 second slow or stunt. This is so unbalanced. I don't know how this got into the game. Whether you're new to top lane, League in general, or just thought, ooh, Catboy, Set, in my completely unbiased opinion, is the most fun, power-packing, engaging,
2 hours later,
and well-designed character on the Rift. And last but certainly not least, let's get into my favorite point. Set is a blast to play. In fact, I've even made an acrostic poem to show how simple it is to teamfight as Set. Take someone like Garen, for example, agreed on by many to be the most brainless champion in the game, and I would never play him, ever. In a one-on-one fight or a one-on-two fight, a good Set player is going to need to use their W optimally because it's unlikely you're going to instantly go golden with it. Now when he's in team fights, however, he doesn't really need to worry about how he uses it because he's just getting hit by literally every single person, which means he's going to go golden pretty much instantly. This is probably because they very seldom see Set other than when he has to use his ability pretty much instantly. They don't really get to see when he actually has to time it because they're not interacting with him at that point in the game a lot of the time. For the summer of 2021, mathematically correct Set was the Rage on the Rift. And I used the word rage because it was both trendy and infuriating. Upon its release, Set's W was seen as just an extension of the newly coined 200 years meme. Back when we thought that joke was going to be a passing phase. YouTube, Reddit, Twitch, and even your local Subway were all plastered with Set's W hitting for massive true damage. And while I could show you all the math in the video and how everything works, I think I'll just show you what I would like to call a perfect storm. And to say YouTubers milk this mathematically correct content dry is kind of an understatement. You need to not let me down. Do not fall off, please. I don't want you to fall off. So recently, I've been doing some marble streams on Twitch, and for those who don't know what marble streams are, essentially whatever the marble that lands first is, I have to do that challenge no matter what. All of this was filmed live on my Twitch channel, so if you want to check that out, link is down in the description. Without further ado, let's get into some of the highlights from those streams. And trust me, there's some pretty spicy stuff in here, so I would watch it. All right, Dab, not too bad. I am fine with doing that. That's not okay. Here we go. Play one of my songs. Seems to be taking a solid lead here. Chug a root beer. Next challenge 2x. Let's not have that one. Next challenge 2x still is up there. Dab. Okay. No. Okay. Please fall off. No. You. Oh shoot. Wait. No. I can't believe it happened this early. I don't know what this is gonna. Okay. All right. Bottoms up. Oh, that's so bad. No water, fine. Oh. All right. Running through. Like I said, this one's a pretty straightforward map. Might not be the most exciting one, but it looks very cool. You need to not let me down. Do not fall off, please. I don't want you to fall off. What do you want from me? No! Oh, everyone subs to YouTube. Wait, that one fell off too? What the heck? Oh, no. Wait, no. Whoa. Hey, these top 3, I'm not liking them so much. React to viewer video. Okay. Awesome. You know, hey, that's pretty sick. We'll take that. I don't know why he's not using the camera to, like, kind of... One, why is he filming still? I guess it makes sense. There's no harm in filming. But 2, could you use the camera to, like, see around the corners or something like that? I don't feel like that's... Oh, jeez. Oh. I don't like this. What is that, bro? Holy crap. Dude. I did not like that. Oh. This is also kind of a hard map to camera-atize. Every Friday. I'm not doing this every Friday. This is going to be a special thing. This is for special occasions, y'all. This is for special occasions. Buy randomized skin. Like, this is what's hurting my wallet here. I can't do this every Friday. I can't just spend like 25 bucks. It won. We're doing random number generator. Let's get that skin right now. Let's pick it up. Okay. We'll go. Well, actually, let's just do rows of skins. So we'll do row 6, skin number 4. Okay. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't buy that one. 6. Row 7. Okay. One more. Arcade. All right. So where's the prestige? Bro. Don't want to be an owner of this skin. Oh, no. Dude, why am I an owner of this skin now? Tell you what, y'all give me some suggestions and I'll throw it in for the next, if one of them's good, I'll throw it in on the next one. Mug root beer? Milk? I'm not drinking that's psychopathic. I'm not drinking toilet water, man. Looks like y'all might be getting a potential skin at the rate we're... Whoa, why is this the top 2? Got a lot falling off here. Oh, there goes your skin. Oh, bye-bye. Look at it fall down. Oh, what a shame. Hey, who wants to be timed out? Who wants to be timed out from chat? And don't forget, we have one more. What? Oh. There it goes. Oh. No! 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 Screw you guys! You guys are awful! Roll off. Enjoy. Smile. It's 3 laps. 3 laps. Last place should be the winner. How about this? Since it was a little stale, we'll do first place and last place. We'll coin flip it. Heads will be the sit-ups. Tails will be the skin. I'm done with the stream. You've milked me for all I'm worth. Now I know what you're thinking. How? How can 200 years champions, Riot's balanced team, and Camille be a good thing? After all, this is a game that we pretty much complain about day in and day out. Anytime you mention League of Legends in a conversation, you get the same result. Hey man, so what games do you play? Oh, I play League of Legends. Hey guys, let's maybe sit over there. League of Legends changes every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we wake up and pray to Riot Games that our champion has received a buff. Or if you're an Akali main, pray that another half of your kit hasn't been removed. But when you think about it, within the last year, pretty much every champion has been a top pick at one point or another. And for a pool of about 160 champions, that's pretty impressive. And if you want to argue that they would all be played if they are equally balanced, well, try balancing 7.7 quintillion different team compositions. And for the most part, the new 200 years level of gameplay we're getting is a lot more engaging than gameplay we've gotten from the beginnings of the game. Now, I'm not saying the game's always very fun or even interactive, but it's better than it used to be. But for such a massive online presence in digital media, most League content, to be honest, is just oversaturated thumbnails, 20-minute long uncut videos, or just copy-paste algorithmic montages for us to watch. And before we dive into it, here's a quick disclaimer to keep in mind. Some better known channels that I've come across that I believe produce really good high quality content include Scooch, Vars, Dumbs, and Exil. Each of these creators clearly invest a lot of time and effort into these subjects, whether that's through script writing, lots of post-production, or going really in depth on the subject. But just because someone's a great League player does not mean they're an equally skilled content creator. And while there are definitely people who do both, there are also some people that just aren't that great at creating content at the end of the day, but people still watch them because they have such a high level of gameplay or knowledge. A great example of quantity over quality content is the League highlight videos we've seen all the time in our recommended. Now I'm going to go off on a little bit of a personal tangent here, but I really dislike these channels. Feels like every thumbnail is cluttered and oversaturated, and sometimes they even use artworks without permission. Nearly no effort's put into the video's names, and the videos are often just a bunch of clips dragged onto the timeline with some NCS music thrown over that don't have any additional value to the video. And this is why you can see some of these channels pump out videos in just 2 or 3 hours, hence the quantity over quality. Which, may I note, 2 or 3 hours is roughly a fifth of the time it's going to take me to make this video. Okay. I think I finished my rant for now. And while I personally don't like these kinds of videos very much, I respect that there are a lot of people out there that do like these kinds of videos. With that I say, more power to ya. Just as long as they're the same people that make up the 2% of those who are subscribed to the channel. That's right, I use the chart, because I'm a real YouTuber now. Through a combination of lethality, Hullbreaker, and his Glory and Death passive, Sound can become a huge threat by being a massive turret-busting monster. And no one can do it better than the master himself, the boss, the Bouse.
So, is any solo kill a solo bolo?
Solo bolo. Yeah. If you're a Riven, you're a Camille, and you kill a Yumi, that's just a kill, you know. That's not really a solo bolo. There has to be some kind of fight.
Okay.
And that's when it truly is
evenly
a
matched
solo bolo.
champions that take each other out. I love it. A solo bolo.
And when I say crazy, I mean being challenger while having a less than 1.0 KDA. It's that crazy. And with more and more people picking up the strategy, even more and more complaints are coming up as a result. As of just a few days ago, Riot actually responded to all these complaints by hitting Silence passive with a massive nerf. Glory and Death now deals 50% less damage to turrets. And in case you're wondering how Bouse responded to it, let's just say he's not too thrilled. And while I personally am one for innovative strategies in the game I love, well, I'm told to love. And regardless of what you think this strategy may be, whether toxic or innovative, people will at least no longer be ruining your ranked games because they think they're a challenger player. I'm just kidding, people will always do that. With an interesting design, satisfying gameplay, and a phenomenal lore story with some murderous notes to it, most people can agree that Jhin is one of the best, if not the single best, design champion in the game. Throw on the I Keep It Taco gameplay and let the performance begin.
The stage is set.
Essentially, Jin sees death as a form of pure art, believing it's the most important part of a person's life. He wants to kill people with precision, delicacy, and artistic flair to make sure it's his masterpiece. And while this lore is pretty messed up on a lot of different levels, you have to admit it's an interesting take on the idea of a serial killer. But rather, he's demented enough to see death as a form of pure art, and he really wants the performance to take someone's breath away. Quite literally. Not to mention, he wears a mask for a smile with hours at a time. Okay, that's the wrong manipulator. Jin has some of the most satisfying gameplay in League. No questions asked. His gun has 4 shots, the grenade bounces 4 times, his W marks people passively for 4 seconds, and of course, his ult fires 4 bullets. And by the way, I just listed 4 things in his kit. The reason I haven't mentioned balance in this video, of course, is because that's something that's always going to fluctuate, whereas his abilities and character design, those are going to stay the same. Yes, there have been times where Jin's Q hits like a wet napkin and his 4th shot hits you like a freight train. But overall, his satisfaction, abilities, and gameplay have remained pretty much the same. They're precise, calculated, and above all, dangerous. Not much unlike the Lowe's trap I placed beneath you because you're not subscribed. You have mere seconds to run. The LEC is the best league to watch. Why? Because it has G2.
I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.
Hi, I'm Quickshot from the League of Legends European Championship, the LEC. It's the best league in the world. But are our teams any good? No, our teams are great.
I think we should start off with the thing that LEC is most known for. Getting 3-0'd in the World Finals. Well, that and I guess also their insane production value. Ultimately, the LEC never feels like it's just showing a video game. What makes it even better is that yes, the quality is super good, but also the players, casters, and of course the audience themselves have a lot of fun.
Look! It's a photo album. Here, you can see the team Rogue. Now remember, Mr. Goldberg thinks all the LEC teams are just as good as each other. He doesn't pick any favorites.
Best performing rookie in 2022.
Me.
You're not a rookie.
But that's the first thing that came to my mind.
This competitive, good-natured environment is something that I feel like leagues such as the LCS really struggle with, because yes, even though they've definitely upped their production value over the years with the new studio, new branding, and all that, they still have the memes of NA, imports, all that stuff, which are, at the end of the day, kind of valid concerns. In this previous 2022 spring split, the playoffs became so tense that it took down to the final day to see what the last 2 teams were going to be. And I do concede that if you were to just take a look at the winners from previous splits, it wouldn't seem like a very competitive league at all. And one of the things I seem to like most about the LEC is they're never super heavy favorites entering international tournaments, but they always do have a chance. They aren't an easy favorite to win at all like the LCK or LPL. They also aren't a minor region about to get stomped like the CV LOL series or also the LCS. And it is just a bummer that MSI is currently in Korea right now, because I'm still trying to catch every G2 game while I can. And yes, these are the exact same games that are like 2 in the morning. I think most people can agree that Riot Games has knocked it out of the park when it comes to lore, cinematics, music, and pretty much everything else. Ironically enough, the thing that feels like it's holding League back is the game League of Legends. Arcane was nuts, and is without a doubt my favorite show ever. Arcane was really proof that Riot doesn't need a game called League of Legends to make the League of Legends lore seem amazing. People around the world who have never even touched the game loved the show, and it kind of became more or less a cultural phenomenon. And let's be real, you know you've made it when you've made it into Fortnite. It's no secret to anyone at this point that Riot has done really well with their music over the past several years. Whether it's KDA, Pentakill, or True Damage, these are all songs and artists that you don't even have to know what a Baron Nashor is to love and appreciate. There is so much clear time and effort behind these songs that Riot's even nice enough to sell us 3 skins for the price of 3 skins.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
But besides that, Riot absolutely knocks it out of the park with everything it touches that involves League of Legends, except for one small tiny part: running the game League of Legends. Don't worry, I know you're smart enough to know all the problems League has, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, after all, 30 minutes straight of actively focusing and commuting isn't always the most fun experience. And let's be real, this experience is much different than sitting on the couch with a bag of Fritos watching the newest League cinematic. Also, things like videos and music have a lot easier accessibility for people to experience at high quality levels. Like, imagine trying to run League on cinematic level graphics. Since League of Legends is my favorite game of all time, and I've only played a little of it over the last few years, here are 5 ideas that I had to improve the gameplay of League of Legends. While the Balance team does a pretty decent job of reining in the beast that's League of Legends, sometimes it feels like the changes they make are not what the player base wants. A way I think that could be pretty cool to try and balance the game is by having players somehow vote on what they want changed in the game. It could even be similar to how they handle reworks, where players are given a few options and they choose the one they'd most like to see. I'm sure the Rise Mains Reddit would love this because they're 40% win rate champions, making them go a little bit insane. But to be honest, for dueling a giant dragon or fighting the giant monster that's Baron, all players have to do is just kind of stand there and hit them a bunch. And while they do fight back, let's be real, it's not exactly the most worrying thing in the world. This is probably why we would never see a world-class AEC flash away and still die a Baron in an international tournament. We had 3 bans for 40 champions on the game's release, and now we only have 5 bans for 161 and counting. Now I'm not great at math, but that doesn't seem right. One of the most common responses Riot gives to this proposal is that champ select already takes a lot longer than they would like it to. So here's my crazy solution. Instead of clicking on 1 champion to ban, you click on 2. Crazy, I know. And even if it's not done this way, I really do hope Riot adds some more bans in the future, because there are quite a few champions that I just have no fun playing against. Not to mention the community gets to vote on which champion they want reworked, which is one of our greatest powers when it comes to balancing the game. That's excluding complaining on Reddit and Twitter, of course, because who needs democracy? We can just ratio a Riot employee. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter your role, no matter your rank, we can all agree the tutorial for this game sucks. Like, sure, I guess it teaches you the basics of the game, as in like how to move, how to use ability, what the ultimate goal of the game is. But when the tutorial says nothing about the 5 roles in the game, you know that's not a good sign. Today, we're getting into why the LCS big spending may be contributing to its downfall. So without further ado, get out that NA copium and let's dive into it. Get it? Dive? Because like there's an LCS show called maybe I should cut that part. Money can't buy you happiness, just like it can't buy you an international title. The LEC analyst desk just has like LEC colors, casters, and a screen behind them. There's no product placement, no branding, or anything like that. The State Farm analyst desk, on the other hand, has all the things we mentioned previously. But hey, at least EG technically tied with G2 for 3rd place, am I right? Yeah, that hurts to say. So I stream on Twitch about 4 days a week, and things always go according to plan. They never go wrong. So while I'm on vacation for the next week, here are some of my favorite moments from the streams. Hope you guys enjoy, and consider checking out the stream if you haven't already, because I want your primes. That's actually all. The whole reason is because I want. Now I will say this right here is dangerous. Now chat uses primes is the one I want to win, because that would greatly benefit me, and you guys also will not have to see said ads. So let's not get hit off here. Oh, we're going headphoneless. Gerald. Uh-oh. I don't know how to do poetry, but alright, let's figure this one out. Gangplank, oh my gangplank, how broken you are. Your barrels ignore 40% armor, and that's pretty bizarre. You are strong early, stronger late, and the fact you have a cleanse makes me irate. Gangplank, oh my gangplank, how broken you are. I think we just did poetry, ladies and gentlemen. That's beautiful. That was not intentional. Yep. Oh shoot. We might be able to turn this on Teemo. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay, that was a good play. You have to admit, that was actually kind of a good play. Always having a good time. Oh.
Honorable mention.
What? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear I'm ruining days. You're like, ooh, don't really want to do that ones yet, so actually I don't want to punch Gerald though. That would be mean. I would not. Just so we're clear, Gerald, I would not punch you voluntarily. However, I was the one who voluntarily put the marble in, so well, I mean, take that as you will. Got it right here. Ooh. All right. Well, glad we got that one out of the way. Anyways, I noticed, hey, they're all at a choke point, and I'm Gangplank. And I'm like, okay, so first I'm gonna R them, have the barrel set up, and then you may realize there's this silly little thing called, I have a barrel right here. There is a barrel right there. There are also 4 of them right there. We'll just Alright. Once upon a time, there was a zebra and a mouse. They went to school together. Actually, let me move the mic a little closer. At school, they played games together. But one day, the mouse got a hurt paw. And it hurt badly because she fell off a shelf. Oh, I'm holding the mic with the other hand. Hold on. Because the zebra shook the shelf. It falls off, so that's me making the thing fall off. The mouse fell on top of the zebra, and the zebra got hurt too. They both cried, which... pain. It feels almost as bad as people haven't primed yet. Oh. The next day they played again, but the zebra didn't shake the shelf. They went to the beach. What kind of ending is that? I'm sorry. But like, what kind of, that's so random. They went to the beach. What? The infinite monkey theorem states that a monkey hitting keys at random on a typewriter keyboard for an infinite amount of time will almost surely type any given texts, such as the complete works of William Shakespeare. In fact, the monkey would almost surely type every possible finite text an infinite number of times. The probability of the monkey's... Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know of SKT, and if you don't, they're known for mainly two things: Faker and a lot of world skins. The Rocks Tigers were a team of almost ragtag players that banded together after the collapse of their former team known as the Coup Tigers. All the members being teamless bonded together over their drive for victory, as well as having a little bit of fun while winning.
That is a bunch of cat ears, or I don't know what's going on. We're going to like Hello Kitty schools. I'm totally G Tigers, but
they've got their tiger,
I don't know what's going on,
their
guys.
tiger ears on and their pink vests.
I have no explanation.
I love GE, and they're constantly changing uniforms, bringing it to the next level. It's all about the mind games on your opponents, Noah.
However, despite their newly found Baron buff, the Rocks Tigers were still down 7,000 gold, heading into an Elder Dragon fight where they, well, to put it politely, they got smashed, putting up SKT 1-0. Nowadays, this pick isn't too outlandish, but at the time, Faker quite literally said, "That was an accident, they did not mean to pick that." Okay, so how'd this wild misfortune pick stack up against the power bot lane of SKT's Wolf and Bang? Well, I think I'll let you see for yourself.
Ash arrow. Arrows land on the Wolf, and it's just going to be too much damage too fast. Teleports be damned, who cares? A 2-on-2 kill for the Rocks bottom.
And as the game grew close, the Rocks Tigers called for a risky backdoor, where their ADC Prey fired an arrow for the ages.
Killed, and they even got the pick off on Bang.
Rocks doesn't actually have to stop pushing right now. They can delay the recalls. The Ash arrows. Look at the arrow. Get teleport.
He's gonna stop it. He's stopped Duke. With they can push. It's now on Wolf. It's a teleport coming in for Smith and Kuro. How much more can be done?
They want to win right now.
The tank. Wolf running out of health. He's gonna die off. Onto the turrets they go, but the minions are gone, and it's too much. SKT are here to defend. This is a difficult 3v2. Pushing down Duke, down below 1,000. Ults back on towards Prey. Push back yet again, but Smith's running low. But they get it. They're gonna win the Nexus. They're trying to burn it down. Is this not gonna be enough? It's not. Rocks Tigers answer back with game 2.
I love this series.
Also, this flash by Faker is just kind of proof that us mere mortals are not the only ones that have an issue getting over walls. And to make a 43-minute long story short, this is essentially what happened. There are still a lot of champions that people don't like, and it feels like every champion has at least one thing that's pretty annoying to play against. Or if it's a champion that's come out in the last couple of years, odds are there's probably quite a few annoying things in their kit. However, despite the seemingly endless brawl people have over which champions are good or bad for the game, there always seems to be one common evil that people point out as bad design. And who is this absolute monstrosity of a being? It's a cat. A cat that floats on a book and does magic stuff. However, it's very annoying magic stuff, mind you. And while I'm admittedly more of a dog person myself, let's get into why everyone seemed to have a bone to pick with this cat. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I tried to do like some sort of like fish bone joke because Yumi eats a fish, but it didn't really work, so we'll just roll with that transition. The classic example of what I mean by this is the relationship between assassin, tank, and the marksman classes. And the way they all interact more or less works like a game of rock, paper, scissors. Marksmen get one-shot by assassins, but also tanks can't really reach the marksman. Assassins can one-shot these marksmen, however they can't kill a tank because they have way too much health for them to just burst through with one combo. And tanks, of course, as previously mentioned, have a really hard time reaching the marksman and also don't have the damage to kill them. However, enchanters are pretty fragile, and once they're caught out, they're pretty easy to kill. But how can you be caught out if you're always untargetable?
Good question.
Riot themselves had said that Yumi's weakness is her positioning, but you want to know what other champions have to worry about positioning? Solo queue players have always seen this champ as an issue. Riot themselves had said they've had a very hard time getting her under control. And as for pro players, well, I'll let you see for yourself.
What's the most annoying champion they ever play against?
Yumi? Yumi needs to be gone.
That's a solid one. I was thinking about this one. I think I would just remove Yumi, yeah.
The champion is just so annoying, and I don't think it should be allowed that you have to press this little buttons in a game and still win. Be like a minimum amount of button presses that Yumi is for sure under.
You can lose a lane with it by 10 times, but if someone from your like team is fed, whatever like champion it is, Yumi can just sit on him and you'll just carry the game, right?
I think it's just not a necessary concept of champion in the game.
I hate playing with Yumi, I hate playing against it. It's just healing, and my girlfriend is a Yumi one-trick almost, so she's gonna hate me for this, but I don't care.
Get that champ out of here.
This is what happens when you've been in hotfixes and patches 28 times in 3 years. But wrapping up about Yumi, let's take a quick glance at her infamous gameplay. That's right, the same gameplay that Riot has said is as hard as Akali and Kiana's. Now I want you to watch this clip and be amazed by the difficulty of what Riot has deemed one of the harder champions in the game.
Ba-ba-ba.
Really glad Yumi had to worry about positioning there, like every other enchanter and champion in the game. Before we dive into the games, let's take a moment to set the stage. At this point, we all know SKT for their strong international performance, as well as some guy on their team who's apparently pretty good at Zed. And as for G2's roster, well, the LEC All-Star team was literally just G2. They were pretty good. And ultimately, the game would remain in a pretty even state for the first 25 minutes or so. Neither team could really find an advantage over the other. Well, that's excluding Perks getting caught out, but hey, he just wanted to crash the wave, so don't hate on him too much. And yeah, surprisingly, G2 held their own, bringing the game to the ever-chaotic Elder Dragon fight.
There's no Yasuo there to body block. The Cass comes out, but I can't believe it in the moment where it matters most, and Teddy now instantly has backline access. Disaster strikes for G2, but the Galio is now coming in. He wants to turn it, but everyone is dead as Mickey hits the ground. Everyone on his team drops. It is a clean fight for SKT, and Klid is the hero they were waiting for.
Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a shock how that one went for G2.
Played on the top side, but now the engage on the bottom. Were they going to be able to get the CC down? They are. That's the kill response back from G2.
And call this game Craigslist because there was trade after trade. That's probably the worst joke I've made on this channel so far. And what would happen to G2 in the World Finals? We don't talk about that one. Today, we're starting off with everyone's favorite, or least favorite, pirate Gangplank, so without further ado... Alright, let's just get into it. And if you haven't played Gangplank for yourself, give it a shot and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. And not in your ranked games, in normal games for the sake of your LP and your team's LP. We've already mentioned that his ultimate is one that kind of forces you to have really good map awareness. But let's be real here, you don't know Gangplank for his ultimate. That's right, baby, we're getting into Gangplank's core gameplay, the barrels. So when I first made the foolish decision to play a champion that exceeds the, shall we say, simplistic skill level of my already existing champ pool, I thought his barrels would just be kind of a free nuke like you see players such as Solarbaka or Tobias Fate do while watching a Synapse video. Not only can some opponents disarm them from a further range than you can even hit them, but they can accidentally mess up your wave, be placed in spots that in a few moments will become useless, or just straight up won't connect sometimes because you place them incorrectly. Now these are all things that are certainly redeemable by practice, but when I say practice, I certainly mean a pretty good amount of time. And let's be real here, it is season 12, people are not just going to stand next to barrels and be like, huh, I wonder what this thing does. On January 20th, 2022, Zeri was unleashed onto the Rift, and let's just say her difficulty to balance has been, well, a little challenging. When it comes to Zeri's basic attacks, she charges up additional damage to zap her enemies for what else? Max health damage. But the way Zeri basic attacks isn't the only reason why people just really don't like playing against her. Zeri is incredibly fast and very slippery if you try to catch her.
I made space.
How is she so? Look at this skate!
Dude, how is this fair? How is this fair?
Look at her!
Get her, get her, get her, get her.
I can't, bro.
Go Nash, go Nash, go Nash. Just go Nash. Guys, let's stop. We're giving him a montage right now. Guys. Wait. Guys, wait.
I can't,
wait.
bro.
Wait, guys. I got her. I did it, guys. I did it.
Now Zeri certainly may be fast, but surely Riot has had no difficulty balancing her or her builds. I mean, after all, they did delay her release for a few months, so I'm sure they got rid of all the hiccups she may have had.
Look at this. Look at the changes Zeri's had, yeah? Look. Everyone look. Rise, yeah? Rise in the last 10 patches gets E base mana decrease. This is Zeri changes in this season. This is longer than my school homework, yeah? Then you add on top of this paragraph 2, article number 3, and then article number 4. Dude, you add this all together, you could literally write the entire League of Legends lore. Like, how many changes does this champ get? It's crazy. Look at this. It's an absolute essay. And for reference, this is what a normal champion change looks like. Wukong complete. This is Wukong changes, isn't it? Something like that. Rengar changes. Pantheon changes. Zeri.
And in some cases, trying to motivate players to get crit has involved adding crit amplifiers to other abilities that didn't already have them, which leads to, drumroll please, even more damage. Yay. As we all probably know, pentakills in pro play aren't exactly a very frequent occurrence. I mean, after all, they're like the only time drops ever happen, and let's be real here, we know how few drops we get nowadays. Now for some context, Xayah, who's been a pro play staple since her release 5 years ago, has scored an impressive 33 pentakills. Zeri already has 35. This season alone. Also, if you'd like to make Jin proud, you could be a part of the 4% of people who are subscribed to the channel, and it'd be much appreciated. But it's completely up to you though. And you know, after doing so well in this first Worlds, I'm sure that Europe will win all these future competitions, at least for a while, right?
How unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I'm gonna do a sneaky thing and throw a new contender in the ring.
Welcome everyone to Season 2's World Championships, where we have a trophy, arenas, and more than a 2 months notice that this thing is going to happen. Two teams that were met with especially high expectations were Russia's Moscow 5 and... wow, CLG, yeah, it's been a minute since I've heard that one, man. And as things begin to ramp up into 2013's World Championship, there was really only one thing to say.
All aboard the Korean hype train, SK Telecom G1 for the championship. Hands down, I've got my tickets here. I got tickets to the Korean hype train, and I will be giving them out. It's your last chance. First class still available.
And after beating Starhorn Royal Club in the finals, Samsung White would become the 4th ever world champions. But wait, where was SKT and Faker? Well, they were comfortable sitting at home watching the games. Yeah, they didn't actually make Worlds that year. Now, Worlds 2015 is infamous for one major thing. the Juggernaut patch. Something about dropping a major patch like this right before Worlds on paper doesn't seem like a good idea, but in practice, yeah, it still wasn't a very good idea.
Tower behind them for safety, now they're sieging mid, so they're using triple pressure on all the lanes. You might
Be
see an
careful,
engage here.
here's the jump in, it's a two-man ult, he catches balls. Sneaky inside, there's a turret alive, though they gotta be careful. A big knockback, and that's the kill into Morgana. Azir goes down as well, but the dunks are coming through. A double kill for balls, a triple kill for balls. Holy cow, they're all gone. Pentakill for balls, holy cow. That's why team's been picking Darius. Cloud9 have 3 members alive.
But besides that, it felt very reminiscent of previous Worlds tournaments. Korea dominated the tournament with SKT, KT Rolster, and the KOO Tigers. And as for North America, they didn't make it out of groups. Insert obligatory near airport joke here. 2017 was the year of the dragon. Well, actually it was the year of the rooster, but it's the year that had the dragon. And also the Ardent Sensor meta. Yeah. So now we're coming up to 2019, and for the first time in a while, World is headed back to Europe. Even more fitting, reigning MSI champions G2 Esports, a team which I of course have no bias towards. Hey Spant, are you trying to cover current league topics in a desperate attempt to get your videos recommended more? No, I would never do that. And if we take into account the average Worlds game time of 34 minutes, that's over 32,000 minutes of Worlds games played. And shout out to the casters who have casted pretty much every single minute of that.
He's not going to see the pink wall, unfortunately.
Yeah. Somebody walk through it, though.
Oh,
nope.
They can find one. Nope. Uzi did. Yep. Nope.
He's not looking at it.
Yep.
Nope.
Smart pinks,
Yep.
guys.
Wow.
Oh, that pink ward. Surely.
How?
Surely they will see it soon. One would say.
That guy, that pink ward, return on investment is huge right now.
Since 2018, Renekton has been the most played top laner with 77 games played at Worlds. A real shocker, I know. And in case you are wondering which champions have the least games played at Worlds, there are actually 6 of them that are all tied at 1 game apiece. Those 6 are Yorick, Brand, Shaco, Vi, Soraka, and Janna. Keep in mind, 2018 was the year after the Ardent Sensor meta. But what ultimately is the basis for a team? Money. I mean players. Players are the basis for a team. And which players have the most Worlds showings? Who else but Doublelift and Jensen? Man, looks like North America can win at something. Additionally, players who are lucky enough to win the World Championships will receive a 25% cut of all the sales their skin makes, which has reportedly netted 6-figure paychecks for some of the major players.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Now let's get into some of Worlds viewership stats. The biggest Worlds ever in terms of viewership was of course last year's back in 2021, so here are some of the numbers from this massive event. Through its almost 135 hours of airtime, there were almost 175 million hours watched by viewers. Leading up to the finals, Worlds would average around 1.3 million concurrent viewers across all platforms. And when it came to the finals, afterwards Riot put out the numbers that there had been around 30 million average viewers across all platforms, peaking at 73 million just during that best of 5. To visualize how massive that amount is, here's a stadium that holds 100,000 people. Now take that and multiply it by 730. That stat alone is insane.
He said it.
I'm sure a lot of us already know that the winning players get to decide which champions they want in the skin line, but there are actually some requirements that have to be met for these choices. There was actually a time that Faker wanted to pick Ahri for one of his world skins, however Riot said since she already had so many skins, he should try selecting a different champion. Riot will invite the players to their headquarters to interview them about their personalities, favorite champions, as well as what kind of thematic they want for the skins. In 2016, for example, SKT wanted cool, strong, and evil skins. Unless you're Wolf, of course.
저는 스킨이 저희 팀 생각하면 그 날개랑 빨간색, 주황색 이런 이미지가 많이 생각나거든요.
분위기 자체가 약간 어둡고 굉장히 좀 여제 같은 그런 느낌이.
뭔가 좀 이 스킨을 쓰면 좀 더 세 보이는 느낌?
멋있어야 돼요. 멋있어야 되고 화려해야 돼요.
재밌는, 유쾌한 그런 스킨이었으면 좋겠네요.
At one point, Showmaker even wanted Twisted Fate to be wearing his glasses, but not to say that it looks strange, but yeah. So now that we have a skin designed and in development, what does every skin need? Marketability. and sound effects. Needs sound effects too. And with FPX being the first team to do this, they'll also have chromas available as well. I'm so glad that now Worlds chromas are no longer locked behind buying every single skin in the entire bundle for no discount. And as I mentioned in my previous video, players will earn about 25% of the revenue that their skin makes. The other 75% will go, of course, to a multi-billion-dollar company. But if you don't like supporting multi-billion-dollar companies, you can always... Dude, they already know they can subscribe. Players in the League of Legends World Championship are renowned for their ability to make insane plays on esports' biggest stage. But we're not talking about that today. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've done one of these ranking videos. Next up, let's take a look at AHQ's bot laner, On. I think that in his Twitch game against Cloud9 in the 2017 group stage, he didn't really get the memo that just because you flash forward doesn't exactly mean you're gonna do more damage.
On looking for the flank. This could be the first big play. Shark's going to land onto the front line. Contract, though. He's a tankiest member. Mountain low on health. Got 4 shots to do him against a quick shield, though. Spray comes out from On. What? He's trying to make it happen. He's not going to make it go through. The shots come through, and Sneaky takes him down.
And you know what? While we're on the topic of playing Reckless on Twitch, let's take a look at Reckless on Twitch. I had to make that joke, okay? Alright, I'm sure we've all been there. Something comes flying in out of nowhere, and in panic, you more or less mash your buttons hoping for the best. And while you'd expect pro players to always keep their composure, well, DFM's Jungler Steel may just prove you wrong.
Has been started. Good body slam comes in there as Steel. Doesn't necessarily know what he wants to be doing here, as the Dragon's going to once again get upset. Phase dive over the wall. Waits for it to come off cooldown. True shot barrage. Flash ult. Has to use the ultimate to get out of the way. He used the flash as well.
Yes! Flashed on the spot.
I feel like you only needed to use one of those as he dashes around and that Steel falling down. First blood going over to Adi for ISG, but I have to feel like that was mostly a mistake.
Did you think that TSM was really going to be on this list just once? If so, then you did not watch their Worlds 2020 speedrun. TSM was actually getting close to upsetting Gen G during the group stage, but in true North American fashion, they couldn't capitalize on a play, now dubbed appropriately, the 10-man sleep.
Will it be enough, though? Ornhorn comes out, will not find the knockup. An ulti backwards now for Broken Blade. 5-on-5 still happening. Rascal gets hooked in. Stoneplate will time out. Can TSM find the first kill? Speaker's gonna get in. That is a 5-man sweep. If TSM can't win this, what will they? 1-for-0. The burn on Rascal, just not enough. A single kill on only a support. Can't believe they couldn't get more.
Growing up, Faker had been a fan of MOBA games Chaos and Warcraft 3, and while he was in high school in 2011, he came across the game League of Legends for him to try his skillful hand at. He would quickly pick up the game and find that, yeah, he was pretty decently good at it. Though it was a risky move, Faker would drop out of high school and join the team SKT T1K as their starting mid laner for the upcoming season. And side note, the high school that Faker dropped out of was actually the exact same high school that DRX's ADC Deft went to. Firstly, he pioneered Riven mid lane as a counterpick to Zed and Gragas, who were dominating the meta at the time, and when he played Riven, it just felt like he did more damage compared to the other pros.
Double 6, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill. Beautiful, beautiful
Faker
game from SKT.
Dodged that petrifying gaze so beautifully, I almost couldn't see it.
Let's watch this one again. Let's see how Faker does.
Wait for the animation, comes now, flashes it.
Wow. Beautiful.
And I think, if anything else, the fact that players describe good plays as Faker level plays, that should show you alone how much he's meant to this game. As we wrap up here, these are some of Faker's insane stats that he's accumulated over the years. For starters, just this year, Faker became the first player to win 500 games in the LCK. Faker has also won an All-Star Invitational, an IEM, and Rift Rivals event. He's won MSI twice, Worlds 3 times, and won MVP in both tournaments. Not to mention, he is a 10-time LCK champion, having won Player of the Season 3 times. That's just absurd. In a group stage tiebreaker match against Suning, Suning's top laner Ben found an insane gangplank flank that allowed their team to clinch the game and clinch first place in the group.
That's it, that's Dragon Soul. Oh, but as they back out, they're not put together. You got Gangplank on the flank, Gangplank. One big shot, Ben! Can you do it? Huge! My God! One moment, one shot, one barrel. That's all you need. Suning They find their shot, they find their fight, and that's it. Just like that, it felt like everything was turning against it, but now Wonder is the last man left standing.
For the final time on this list, let's take another look at G2 getting rolled at Worlds, which is something that definitely still doesn't happen today. We'll win Worlds next season, guys. Yeah, we'll do that. For our third place entry, we have what many consider to be the greatest shot calling in all of Worlds history. In 2018's quarterfinals, IG was looking to complete the sweep of KT Rolster as they began to push onto their Nexus. The only complication to that, of course, was that KT Rolster was doing the same thing on the other side of the map. In probably the most adrenaline-filled moment in League esports history, I present to you the legendary base race.
This is going to be your game-ending push one way or the other. It's KT going for the base. It's going to be a base race. Nexus turret number 1, taking down to half HP. KT looking to end it right here, right now. Ning taken down to half. It's Shy versus Smem at the base at the same time. Bottom's going to be taken very low. Yukao barely going to be kept alive. Score taken down to 1/4. Smem's nearly going to be killed now as well. Def taken so low. The Blade Caller's not able to find him. Def goes in a killing spree. It's the Shy still in the base. It's KT looking to try to stand and fight if they can. The Shy has made his way onto the inhibitor turrets, onto the Nexus turrets. They're going to be taken down. KT still marching. It's a base race. The Shy's onto the blue Nexus. KT's onto the red. Who's going to win? The Shy will not. And KT takes it to game 4. Holy crap!
They won the top side 4v4 with Baron buff on. KT Rolster still are in Worlds!
I went to the League of Legends World Finals. So are you guys having a great time in queue right now?
Yeah!
But yeah, really looking forward to it. Hopefully we get some really cool shots of the area. And yeah, oh yeah, I gotta show you guys my Worlds fit. I think you might like this one.
Pretty boy.
Well, we have made it. We didn't crash, didn't die. It is a beautiful sunny day out in San Francisco. Also, one of you guys just like noticed me in person and asked for a photo, and you know who you are obviously, but that was a weird experience. Sorry for being so awkward. That's like a first time for me. So thank you. This man out here with the Ban Yumi sign is spitting facts. I love that so much. Yes, it's raining right now. Hopefully the camera's not too wet, but there's a 1v1 table in front of me, and there's one slight issue, and that's you're divided up by rank, and it kind of feels bad as a gold player because it is I will be playing exclusively against iron, bronze, and silver players if I decide to do it, which is, yeah, maybe next season I'll try and climb higher. There's Scar just casually walking down, filming something. I don't know what, but there he is. For me, we have the Team Liquid roster. We'll be getting a photo with them. In fact, I'll throw it up on the screen right here. And yeah, this is actually pretty cool. I finally get a chance to meet Whippo, the man, the white whip hoggers, the legend himself. So guys, we are officially inside the stadium. We just saw all those celebrities that I probably put together in a very scuffed montage because I was not planning on seeing that many. It's very busy where we are, and we are headed to our seats, and yeah, this is honestly pretty sick. The arena is a great size. I'm really looking forward to this. This is gonna be awesome.
one back, but they're still retreating. Zeka, flash in. Zeka looking for the triple. Buys time with Zonias. King gets ready to back him up. Faker goes over the wall. Zeus tries to fight, but the damage pours in. Zeka grabs a third as they're now going to find Faker here in the bottom lane. Kingen and Def do the work, and that's money in Def's pocket. But here's the problem. T1 are very low on engage. They don't have a whole lot of ways to start the fight out.
T1 didn't find a response. Guma, can he steal it?
Guma will have to fire right hell.
This is insane. I can't take this, but this is insane.
Barrel has the ultimate back up. No carries on the flashes. Look at the trap line. Look at the Caitlyn. He's trying to stun him away. Owner goes in. Owner is down. The Drake secured. T1's jungler trying to do it. T1's going to the base. They're going to the Nexus. Can they do it in time? Kingen comes back. Elder Drake at the ready. But what can he do? Q3. No damage just yet. Elder Drake. The F-Secure. Zeus is down. DRX. Hold on.
Can they end? Is this it? T1 are so vulnerable and wounded. DRX have the Elder Dragon. 4 members down. It's on Gumayushi to hold the line. DRX are coming for their World Championship title.
The Cinderella story. DRX are pushing in.
DRX, they're on to inhibitor turret number 1. Only Carrier is going to be up. It's still 10 seconds on Owner. DRX will march forward. Carrier wants to hit the wave. Kingen goes to the Whirlwinder. Gumayushi is dead. They have been doubted. They have been discounted. They have been dismissed. But DRX are your 2022 World Champions.
I think you should make a series, just top 10 League of Legends Easter eggs in other games. And then it should be the V skin in Fortnite.
The V skin. The V skin. I do realize we are kind of shoving, and Shaco is going to maybe gank, so let's not do that. Alright. Hi, Gwen. Aw, dang.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, Shaco appears behind you. Okay, awesome. Alright, cool. Let's go. We played Cassante, guys. Actually insane. Okay. Sweet. I wasn't 100% sure if that was going to make it all the way, because it does, you stand still when it casts. That was a sentence that I just said. I mean, Vlad scales pretty well. Jax is hit faster. Zoe, Bubble, go Neum. Their little double dash, like Mario Kart. Anyways, as I was saying, Cassante's a really fun champion. Really enjoyed playing him. I play tanks and I play bruisers, and he's like kind of both. He can do both and look good doing it. I should not be overextended right now, but I'm going to anyways because it'd be funny. It'd be funny. We're gonna back and spend our immense amount of wealth that we have accumulated from being cooler than opponents. That's bad timing. Hello. They are looking at the Baron. I'm still checking Baron because there's no way they walked up to this and didn't start doing it. Oh my gosh, they're on it. I mean, I think they just... Yeah. No. Get over here, you little... I'm going to R you. I'm going to use my point and click skillful. Oh my gosh, she is mounted and fast. Don't you emote on me. I don't think we need to go dragon here because we have the first 3 and oh my goodness. He gets out. Right, guys? Here's the obligatory disclosure. This video is not to promote these services as they are clearly against Riot's terms of service, can cheat the competitive integrity of games with legitimate players, and are also practices that I do not condone nor use. To start off, let's discuss the generally less risky of the two markets. I said less risky. Now, even though very likely a vast majority of you guys have never elo boosted in your life, remember that League is a game that has over 100 million active monthly players. And believe it or not, some of those players, they have fragile egos. Once the player has submitted a request for their desired rank or goal, the application then goes to a dashboard in which the boosters for those sites can choose to pick up the task. Now obviously not every single booster on the site is going to have all the qualifications needed to fulfill the request. And in combination for how demanding the request is, the prices can vary from money inside of a birthday card or all the way up to 1 month of Twitter Blue. Depending on how quickly you clicked on this video after it was released, that joke is either hilarious or Twitter no longer exists.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
And for those wondering if you could make a living off of this, just know that A, you would have to be single, which is not really a problem for most League players. However, I think many of us are familiar with one of the internet's golden rules. Just because someone says it on the internet doesn't necessarily mean it's true. This account right here displays 40 skins. Since skins are roughly $11 US and there are 40 in the account, and 40 times 11 is obviously 440, then why is this account being sold for $79? Not to mention it also has mythic essence and other resources in it. But I know you came to watch Guest B's identical twin talk about memes, so without further ado, let's get into it. And while the tweet itself wasn't anything too wild, it didn't take long for players to take the phrase 200 years and juxtapose it with the following. And as for the second and much shorter part of this meme, caster Mark Z from the LCS at one point treated the audience to his rendition of the song, which has since been fittingly named Bronze Scrapes. Now on the topic of iconic League memes, I don't think there's a single more important content creator for League than Tyler1. This 6'5" beast of a man is known for a very large variety of things. Whether he's reminding Riot's Freak he has no mana, dropping his dinner on his keyboard, or gapping League's best in his journey that led him to becoming challenger in every single role, Tyler1 always makes sure he puts on a show. Though he was indefinitely banned for a while due to his incredibly toxic behavior on the Rift, Tyler1 has now since been mostly reformed, still having that impeccable gamer pose and making sure to pull out all the stops.
Come on, T1. You're the better jungle. Oh, shit.
Maybe next time you wear that tux shirt you got going on, though. All right, we dress up here on the analyst desk.
Oh.
I like the
You don't call it the
sleeveless
dress?
suit, maybe.
Wait a minute. Where'd I get this? I don't know,
The plug?
Tyler.
Where did you get it, Tyler?
Oh, let me tell you where I got it. Yes! Yes! Let's go! It was a storybook. I've got to get the Baron! He steals it! He does it! Let's go, dude!
Just as an example of what I mean by this, anytime that you see a player with an incredibly high number of CS or is even just playing Rise, don't be surprised if you see the chat spamming this. And if you need another example of how this meme has basically just gone off the rails entirely, here's what happens if you combine Zoomer humor and whatever this is. The players didn't know this at the time, and despite playing the game out after the first pause, not 5 minutes later the same thing happened again, prompting yet another pause by Fnatic. However, there is one fateful moment that anyone who's ever heard of Kadril probably knows, and that is when he famously cancelled his own Malzahar ult. Since then, this complete blunder has been turned into a sub-alert, is constantly seen in Twitch chats whenever games are delayed, and is basically synonymous with Kadril himself.
And now Odo Omne is ticking down, but he will just survive. Popped a refillable right at the opportune time.
That must have been at this last very millisecond. We saw the animation of a TF red card appear in top lane, so I'd love to see the replay of that cancel. Caps saves his team on the top side. The TF ultimate goes on cooldown.
You do have a lot of experience with cancels, so we'll see if we can get it back up for you, Kadril.
All I'm saying is that when Fortnite's dropping off a couple of cosmetics, the best they do is this, and when League's dropping a whole new skin line, well, the best they can do is this. Now, Riot has done in-game teasers in the past, most notably the Volibear one, which was actually really cool. So now that I've set what I, along with many other members of the community, want events to be, let's talk about what events actually are. Event passes and the same rotating game modes. Now, to be fully transparent, I don't think that having passes for a couple of major events throughout the whole year would be a bad thing, but what Riot is currently doing with them is basically saying,
Hello, I like money.
Now, sometimes there will be rotating game modes coming through for events, which sounds fun on paper, but it's the same 4 modes every time. Now, this event was really cool at the time. It brought new innovations, brought new life to old game modes, and players still remember it pretty fondly. This was the first event to have the storytelling mechanic through interacting with characters, and while it did get a little fan appeal-y at times, overall it was still really cool. Unfortunately, major events in League have admittedly kind of gone downhill in the past few years. In 2021, we had the Ruination event, the pinnacle of one of League's greatest stories that everyone was super invested in, and it was so awfully bad. The only thing you can really credit this event for is that it introduced Ultimate Spellbook, which was a pretty fun game mode that a lot of people were excited to play when it was released. But other than that, it was a lore-destroying, character skin-pushing disaster that no one really seemed to like. And as for this past year's event, I literally could not find a single positive comment on its announcement. Not to mention, this event was the exact same as the year before with the same game mode, and instead of the lore being destroyed in the storytelling, this time it was anime characters parasocially interacting. And don't worry, I'm sure the events are just like my rank and surely are going to get much better next year. Alrighty everyone, so we are about to figure out which Star Guardian I am. Now, as someone who's very personally invested in the Star Guardian lore, I mean, you know, I talk about it all the time on this channel. Very interested to see what this is, but you know, if I end up being like Star Guardian Ari, then I guess you guys can make fun of me down in the comments or something. You're lost in the darkness of space when another Star Guardian comes to your aid. Who do you hope it is? I'm gonna say Jenna. Jenna, isn't she like... Isn't her pick quote like literally let me guide you? I feel like Janna is a safe answer for that. Others exist to remind me. Wow, that's so sad. You like someone, what do you do about it? Know what? We're gonna go with the Sigma answer. I don't have time to like someone. We do League of Legends YouTube. Of course I'm Star Guardian Ezreal. Look at me. Of course I am Star Guardian Ezreal. Anyways, let's get into what League of Legends champion I am. All right. Are you Ezreal? Well, we figured that one out, didn't we already? So, it's a very specific question. Is that, am I taking part in a survey or something like that? All right, so how do you feel about an all-out war strategy? Do you think, dude, I swear, is this like the US military trying to recruit me or something like that? Priority when choosing a main champion. I like its abilities. I think that's definitely the one that's most likely. It's hard to say it's not damage ratio because I main Gangplank and Set, and those champions do some pretty good damage. I think I'll go with abilities though. That's generally what I look for when I'm picking a main. 20 of 20, last one. Final question, how old are you? Dude, I swear, this is like an actual recruitment site. Prefer not to answer one. Let's just do that. You guys are gonna have to wait to find that one out. All right, which champion am I? I'm Lux. That's I can't escape the Star Guardians after all. They're really just choosing all the blonde hair, blue-eyed people, aren't they, today? That's... Okay. Which champion would go on a date with you? Oh, okay. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to my quiz. Okay, starting off, pick a color with a little... Oh, okay, a little face. I mean, I like red. Red's my favorite color, contrary to what my entire channel branding is, but red is my favorite color. Okay, now pick a fruit. Strawed Eerie. Okay. Vado. Nan. Pomegranate. Bro, these are some weird options. I don't even know what. I'm gonna go with Strawed Eerie. Favorite K-pop song. I don't even like listen to K-pop. The only band I listen to is like, or group I listen to is Blackpink because they have very good like EDM music. I doubt they'll be on here though. Oh, Blackpink. Yeah, we'll go with that. that worked out well. What is the capital of South Dakota? You're as cool as apples. Oh, it's very nice. I'm pretty sure it's Pierre. Not Athens, that's Greece, I think. Oakland is not the capital of anything. I'm pretty sure it's Pierre, I hope. Choose a PC setup. Oh my goodness, what in the world is that? Is that music recording software? Okay, I'm not even gonna. Okay, so this one's a little more normal. This one's fire, what the heck? This guy's entered the mainframe from a 2000s movie. Let's say you and your gal pal, imagine having gal pals, League of Legends YouTube, am I right? Let's say you and your gal pal are at an anime con and some dude keeps harassing her. What do? Kiss your girlfriend to assert dominance? Kiss the guy to assert dominance? Oh my gosh, this is interesting. Okay, Sona, she will play you a song, Uwu. Okay, I feel like there might be one slight complication going on a date with Sona. She can't speak. She's mute. Although I will say I like EDM, as I mentioned before, so DJ Sona would make sense for that, but... And this next part is an insane glitch that I had no idea existed. When Alxteria goes to swap to Darius, during the swap he spam levels up all of his abilities so he can max out his champion's level. And using this trick, he is able to nearly instantaneously kill Vel'Koz under his own turret. And while that may have been the fastest time ever to win a game in the tutorial mode, the German player Bienenkiller actually holds the record for the fastest time to lose a game to bots. And if you thought it was hard to lose to bots before, this player managed to do it in half the time it takes to surrender a game. And before I break down the fastest solo victory ever in ARAM, here's a couple of quick speedruns that I found pretty funny. The first run on this list is the fastest time to achieve 100 CS on Summoner's Rift, and it's probably the cheesiest I think I've ever seen anyone complete a League speedrun. Since Akshan's E was somewhat recently changed to last indefinitely, this category has more or less been broken. With the help of Minion Dematerializer, Smite, and Cole, all that French player Sumo really needed to do was cast the E on some terrain and spin. With some Bard Trumpet emotes, of course. And as if killing minions over and over again wasn't satisfying enough, slaying Baron Nashor instantaneously will certainly fill in that gap. By going the correct combination of ability haste and AP after killing bots non-stop as Jhin, the player Ezeru had the perfect setup to one-shot Baron. And with the perfect timing of a bot walking over the traps, Baron was killed instantaneously on spawn.
Thank you. We're gonna raid someone new today, y'all. We're gonna raid Simplyspant, who is playing League of Legends. So let's drop the raids on Simply.
Oh, there goes the camera. Oh man, I didn't realize I shook the desk that much. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so that's what a jump scare is like. That's cool. I'm still confident in beating him one-on-one. However, oh, what's... That was close. Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, man! What's up? How you doing? Alright. I will say Zed is very fun to play when you're ahead, because, dude, those combos... Talk about something that's a feels good. Don't. Stop. Stop. Those did not connect. Okay. If someone could get a replay on that, you can confirm those barrels were not connected at all. There's no way. Oh, what the frick? 50% of streamers. Hey, Shavana, you're cool. One v 2'd. Let's go. No breathing. Okay. Holy crap! Y'all need to... Oh. Oh, let's get it. That's 2. A triple kill. Wait, let's win. Wait, since when? Wait, since when did I get a quadra? Wait, what the heck? Yo! The text there just like, yeah, we're not going supported, as in like traditional support. Haha. Oh, no, no, no. Okay. Okay. All right. It's going to be lit. It's so painful. Okay. Stack off you. More blood for the throne. Now that's called going a little insane if you ask me. Which is kind of weird. There aren't many people. It's like, I don't know. Whack. Okay, I know I can execute one person. Oh, okay, we're just gonna disappear after that one. It's been real, guys. See ya. Have a good one, y'all. I don't play Silas very much anymore at all. Oh, hey, buddy. You want to go? Yeah, you want to go? You want to go? Ooh, can't R that yet. Oh, come on. Die, 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 die. Leveled up. Not even close. Yes! Oh my gosh! I couldn't hear it! Also, freaking Giga Chad for sticking out that damage. However, not Giga Chad for that atrocious play that we just did with not taking cannon. Or maybe. Yeah. Oh! Yo. Oh, wait. Hold the phone. Can I get... Hold on, guys. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. If I time this right... Let's go! What? What am I watching? I got another orb. Yay! That's so cool, but I'm in a game. Pretty good. And they're like hour mixes too, so. I probably could have warded Bush. Okay, yeah. Now I need to flash that way because minion block is a cool thing. Later! Well, looks like you are back to me again. I feel like it's not quite right if I use my YouTube voice for this. I think I'm just going to do pretty standard Grant. We're going to leave Spant for just a second. We're just going to be the person behind it all, me. I started this channel back in February, as I mentioned earlier, and it was mainly just because I wanted to make videos. I really liked them, and I watched other people make videos, and I wondered, well, why am I not doing the same thing, you know? And it's honestly blown me away how well the channel has done. And even though, like, 500, I think it's 68 subscribers at the time recording this, even though it's not like a lot in terms of YouTube things, it's still pretty insane, the fact that it's all happened in 1 year. That's crazy to me. I'm really thankful that I've seemed to gathered a really nice community around this channel, and you guys genuinely do make my day with your comments. Like, I really enjoy reading them. Maybe not all of them, but the ones that are nice and supportive, you know, of course I enjoy reading those, and it really does mean a lot to me that you guys like what I do, and it's not just me liking what I do. There were, of course, many commenters throughout this year of the channel, and there are especially 4 that I really wanted to commend for their commitment and support. These 4 have truly been some pinnacles of the channel's community, and even though obviously there are a lot more people that have commented and been supportive on the videos, these are the 4 that I especially just wanted to say thanks to. And now the part that I'm sure a lot of you guys are waiting for is the stats of the channel, and so I'll bring those up and I'll just quickly kind of run through some of the things we did this year by the numbers. This year alone, the channel has received 139,000 views, 568 new subscribers of course, and an insane 3.2 thousand watch hours. You guys need to go outside. That's way too many. And so with that all being said, that's all I have for you this year. Once again, I just thank you for being a part of this wild journey, and I'm just letting you know now that this is just the beginning. I've got some pretty cool stuff planned for next year. And yeah, so without further ado, as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, and I will catch you all in the next year. Later!